Shabbat Shalom on this Parshat Va'era. On this Shabbat Va'era, when? On this Shabbat Va'era, when God appears to Moshe and Aharon, promising to redeem the enslaved Israelites from Egypt using the 4 expressions of redemption. And then sends the first of the 10 plagues, blood, frogs, lice, wild animals, livestock, boils, and hail, to compel Pharaoh to release them, though Pharaoh repeatedly hardens his heart. So let's take a look at some of this morning's parsha, keeping in mind ahead of time that there's going to be, towards the end of this, 5 minutes of our modern prophet, Dr. King. And if you need to turn your volume up at that time, please do that. וגם אני שמעתי הנקת בני ישראל אשר מצרים מעבידים אותם ויזכור את בריתי. Yutevavi says, I have now heard the moaning of the Israelites because the Egyptians are holding them in bondage, and I have remembered my covenant. Lachein emor livnei Yisrael ani Adonai. And here are the 4 expressions that are going to equate with something else that has a 4. So stay tuned. והוצאתי אתכם מתחת סבלות מצרים, והצלתי אתכם מעבודתם, וגאלתי אתכם בזרוע נטויה ושפטים גדולים, ולקחתם אתכם לי העם. והוצאתי אתכם מתחת סבלות מצרים. I shall bring you out. I will free you from the hard labors of Egypt. והוצאתי, I will free you. והצלתי אתכם מעבודתם, and I will save you from the hard work. Or, I will deliver you, can also be translated as וגאלתי אתכם, and I shall redeem you. And the 4th and final expression of redemption in לקחתי אתכם לי לעם. I will take you to be my people. והוצאתי, והצלתי, וגאלתי, ולקחתי. Many of you already know what I am about to say, that these 4 expressions of redemption are equated with the 4 glasses of wine that we drink at the Passover Seder. והוצאתי, והצלתי, וגאלתי, ולקחתי. However, we also know that there is a 5th glass of wine that we drink at the Seder. So we'll take a look at that in a moment. V'hotzeti, I will free you. V'hitzalti, I will deliver you. V'ga'alti, I will redeem you. V'lakachti, and I will take you to be my people. These 4 expressions are a celebration of hope for the future. And Yud-Heh-Vav goes on to say, V'heveti etchem el haaretz asher nasati et yadi. I will bring you into the land which I swore to give you, latet otah, li'Avraham, li'Yitzchak, u'li'Yaakov, to Avraham, Yitzchak, and Yaakov, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. V'natati otam, lachein morasha ani Adonai. I will give it to you for a possession. I am Yud-Heh-Vav-Heh. Now, you probably know that there is a 5th glass of wine at the Passover Seder, is it not? It's Kos Eliyahu, Elijah's cup. Why is it called Elijah's cup? Elijah's not mentioned in the Pesach story. Well, I actually learned this week, because I didn't know this myself. There was apparently a machloket, an argument among the rabbis. No, isn't there always arguments among the rabbis? whether or not we should drink that cup, that fifth cup, or whether we should leave it until the day when we've actually, the Mashiach, that hope of our promised future actually arrives. And so what did that lead to among the rabbis? More arguments. And whenever there's an argument that cannot be settled, the expression is teku, which is an acronym for basically what means let's leave it until Mashiach comes, right? Actually, it means let's leave it until the one who will be announcing the coming of the Messiah comes. Who was that? Elijah. So that explains the fifth cup and why we don't drink from that fifth cup, because we still are waiting for that day. And so, here we are, with shortness of breath, in days that are challenging to say the least. Moshe speaks to the Israelites, but they cannot hear him. They cannot listen to him. We cannot receive the message. Why? Vayidaber Moshe chen ki bnei Yisrael v'lo shamu el Moshe mikotze ruach me'avodah kasha. When Moshe told this, that they would be redeemed by Yud Vave, they would not listen. They couldn't listen because their spirits were crushed. Mikotze ruach. They were short of breath. Why? Because of the hard labor that they were going through. Dr. King spoke in those same times because history seems to have a way to repeat itself. So for the next 5 minutes, let's listen, hear, and watch the words of Dr. King and see how much resonates for you in terms of what we need to hear in these times.
So even though we face the difficulties of today and tomorrow, I still have a dream. It is a dream deeply rooted in the American dream. I have a dream that one day this nation will rise up and live out the true meaning of its creed. We hold these truths to be self-evident, that all men are created equal. I have a dream that one day on the red hills of Georgia, the sons of former slaves and the sons of former slave owners will be able to sit down together at the table of brotherhood. I have a dream that one day, even the state of Mississippi, a state sweltering with the heat of injustice, sweltering with the heat of oppression, will be transformed into an oasis of freedom and justice. I have a dream that my 4 little children will one day live in a nation where they will not be judged by the color of their skin, but by the content of their character. I have a dream today I have a dream that one day down in Alabama, with its vicious racists, with its governor having his lips dripping with the words of interposition and nullification, one day right there in Alabama, little black boys and black girls will be able to join hands with little white boys and white girls as sisters and brothers. I have a dream today that one day every valley shall be exalted, and every hill and mountain shall be made low. The rough places will be made plain, and the crooked places will be made straight, and the glory of the Lord shall be revealed, and all flesh shall see it together. This is our hope, This is a faith that I go back to the South with. With this faith, we will be able to hew out of the mountain of despair a stone of hope. With this faith, we will be able to transform the jangling discords of our nation into a beautiful symphony of brotherhood. With this faith, we will be able to work together, to pray together, to struggle together.
Free at last. Free at last. God Almighty. Well, free at last. And so on this Shabbat in which we celebrate Dr. King's legacy, whose legacy hinges on the legacy of the prophets who came before him. On this Shabbat Va'era, may our ears and hearts be attuned to the struggles of one another. And may our voices and our actions serve to instill the hope that we all need. Shabbat Shalom, everyone.